Seeing signs everywhere you go doesn't mean that your specific person is coming. I have so many clients coming to me, like I have lost count already, where they have seen signs, angel numbers, things reminding them of their specific person for months, sometimes even years, unfortunately. And they're like, why is my specific person not showing up? Because they have been living under the false assumption that seeing signs means that their specific person is just around the corner. When in reality, what it actually means when you're seeing all of these signs when manifesting a specific person is that your reticular activating system, the filtering mechanism in your brain, is now thinking that your specific person is important to you. So it's going to filter out all the things that remind you of your specific person in your 3D reality, just because now you have naturally been focusing on your specific person more. Through repeating the affirmations, doing scripting, visualizing you and your specific person together, and all of the other things that you do to manifest your specific person. So your own brain deems your specific person as important to you. So let's dive into this whole thing, because the last thing that I want for you is to believe that your specific person manifestation is working when you see all of these crazy signs in the 3D reality. Because seeing those signs is not a sign that your manifestation is working. And actually fixating on all of those signs instead of doing what it takes to manifest your specific person relationship prevents you from attracting the love that you deserve. So, you keep seeing your specific person's name everywhere. You see your specific person's initials on a car license plate. Your friend randomly mentions someone with the exact same name. You walk into a cafe and a song comes on the radio and it reminds you of your specific person. You keep seeing angel numbers and tarot readings that feel like they are speaking directly to your situation. And you think to yourself, oh my god, this is it. They are coming back. My specific person manifestation is working. And you think, this has to mean something. It feels too aligned to be random. It feels like a message from the universe. And I get that you cling on to that hope. You hold on to it like oxygen. Because honestly, it's the only thing keeping you going. Because after all, you have been doing all of the quote-unquote right things. You have been doing visualizations, repeating affirmations, and done the scripting prompts. And yet, the only thing that you seem to be getting are signs. And you might even be asking yourself, why am I seeing all of these signs if nothing in my 3D reality is actually changing? Because your specific person might still be with someone else. You might still be blocked, and you have been in no contact for what feels like forever. So if you're holding on to signs like they are your proof that your manifestation is working, but nothing is shifting in your 3D reality, then this is your wake-up call. Because I know that hearing that signs do not mean that your specific person is coming challenges everything that you have been taught about manifestation. And this is not about me trying to take away your hope. This is me giving you your power back. Because while seeing signs might feel comforting, I want to remind you that you didn't come here for comfort. You came here for change. Because what I know that you want is to be in a loving and committed relationship with your specific person. And you get to have that when you understand this. You're ready for the whole cake. You're ready to feel loved, chosen, and prioritized by your specific person. Not just feel excited over signs or angel numbers. That's why my intention here is to show you why signs are crumbs. I'm gonna show you why signs are actually misleading and why they keep you stuck. So this is not a feel-good fantasy conversation. It's a wake-up call. It's the first step towards making your manifestation real. Now I know that I did touch on this a little bit earlier, but I want you to understand why you see so many signs. Because like I said, signs are not proof that your manifestation is on the way. Signs are not magical messages from the universe saying your specific person is coming. It's not trumpets from the heavens, it's not divine timing. It's actually neuroscience. It's your brain doing what it's wired to do. It's the part of your brain called the reticular activating system, or the RAS. And this part of your brain has one job: to filter your reality. Because every single second, your brain is bombarded with millions of bits of information. It's not only your thoughts and your emotions, it's what you see, what you smell, what you hear. And your conscious mind simply can't process all of that information at once. So your own brain has to decide what is important, what do I need to focus on right now, and what can I ignore. And that's exactly where the RAS comes in. It acts like a filter. It tells your brain, show me more of what I'm already focused on. And here's the catch. Your reticular activating system doesn't filter based on truth. It filters based on attention. So if you keep thinking about your specific person, if you keep visualizing you and them together, if you keep saying their name, if you keep stalking their social media, if you keep affirming he's mine, 100 times a day, then your RAS, your reticular activating system, says, oh, this must be important. Let me show her more of it. And this is exactly why now suddenly you start seeing your specific person's name everywhere you go. And suddenly, everywhere you go, everything reminds you of your specific person in one way or another. But the only reason that you're noticing these signs is because your brain has been programmed to look for them. It's not because the universe is trying to tell you that your specific person is coming. This is so important to understand. If you think about your specific person constantly, your RAS will show you signs of your specific person constantly. But this doesn't mean that your manifestation is close. Seeing signs actually has nothing to do with your manifestation working. It's like, have you ever bought a new car or a luxury handbag and then suddenly you see that same car or handbag everywhere you go? That is your brain filtering out your reality based on what it deems as important. And because you made that purchase decision to buy that new car or that luxury handbag, your brain went, this is important to her. That is just your reticular activating system at work. It simply filters your entire reality to show you what you're focusing on the most. Now, if you're still following me, here's where it gets even deeper. The more you cling to signs, the more you push the actual manifestation away. Let me break this down for you, because seeing signs gives you false hope without the actual change. Seeing signs is a trap that so many people fall for, because seeing signs keep you stuck and you don't even realize it. And I get that those signs keep you hopeful, but they are such big distractions when it comes to actually manifesting what it is that you want. Because here's what happens. You're feeling low. You're wondering if it's ever going to happen. You doubt yourself. You question whether you can manifest your specific person. You start thinking, maybe I'm doing it all wrong. And then you see a sign. You feel that relief. And for a moment you think, this means I'm on the right track. And now that sign became your sweet escape. And you start being dependent on seeing signs. And those days or weeks when you see no signs, you also spiral. You're like, why is it not working? Why am I not seeing any signs? Because instead of doing the deep inner work that is actually required for you to call in your dream relationship with your specific person, the one where you are waking up next to your specific person every single morning and you feel so loved, so cared for, so seen, and so prioritized by them. Instead of doing the deep inner work that is required for that, which is the subconscious rewiring that I'm always talking about, you cling to that sign and now you feel better temporarily. But nothing inside you has actually shifted. And you know that you're creating your reality from the inside out. You first need to shift things within yourself, within your subconscious mind, in order to see that change being reflected in the 3D reality. But here you are, thinking that those signs mean that you have done enough, that you don't need to do anything else, that your specific person manifestation is working. So what often happens is you neglect that uncomfortable subconscious reprogramming work, and instead you start waiting for your specific person to show up. And so, for example, when you haven't changed the beliefs that say, I am always left behind, people reject me, and you haven't regulated your nervous system so it feels safe to receive that love, that's when you're still trying to get your specific person to show up instead of becoming the version of you who is naturally and effortlessly chosen by your specific person. It's like you're chasing signs instead of becoming the source, and this is the real trap. And I get it that those signs are seductive. They feel like breadcrumbs leading you to the end result, but they are not the final destination. They are not proof. They're not confirmation that you're doing it right. They are just echoes of what your mind is already focused on. And because your focus is still on the lack of your specific person, then all the signs in the world won't change a thing. Because what changes things is you changing your energy. And how do you change your energy? Well, if you want permanent, lasting change, it's only going to happen through subconscious reprogramming. It's only going to happen by you changing your belief system. Because until you change that, those signs will only take you in circles, in loops, false hope, disappointment, back to square one. Now, if you're ready to break the loop, if you're ready to stop being a sign watcher and become a reality creator and actually get what the fuck you want, because you know that you deserve better, you deserve real results. Not just some random signs, not just false hope, but the actual relationship that you desire. I invite you to join my program for manifesting a specific person that you should find in the description down below. Because that's where we focus on doing the real inner work that creates lasting, permanent changes in the 3D reality. I will help you to not only manifest your specific person relationship, but to also shift your self-concept and your beliefs so that that change becomes permanent. That is where I will walk you through the exact subconscious reprogramming process that makes your specific person manifestation inevitable, so that you can stop looking for signs and waiting for your specific person to show up, then find yourself in the exact same place 6 months down the line, and instead start doing the real inner work that creates permanent, lasting changes in the 3D reality within weeks. Because the truth is, you don't need another sign. You need to say yes to yourself. You need to say yes to your dream relationship. Because only when you say yes to yourself, that is when I can help you manifest the dream relationship with your specific person that you don't only desire, but you actually deserve.